Game 1 did not go as the Cleveland Cavaliers planned. Give Indiana a lot of credit. They made a ton of open shots, and they generated even more good looks throughout the contest. Part of the reason, the Cavs have a tendency to overhelp. But last night, they didn't communicate nearly well enough defensively to limit some of those opportunities for Indiana. In Game 2, that's going to have to change. I found a few examples in Game 1 that shows the breakdown in communication, and we'll talk about how you can fix it before Tuesday night. Let's look at this first play here, Ant. The Cavaliers are in a relatively good defensive position to start here. And on this play, it's either a lack of communication between Max Strus and Isaac Okoro or a tendency to overhelp in a situation the Cavs did not need to. So on this play, Jarace Walker's going to drive middle. Hunter and Strus are going to trade that off. And when the ball gets kicked back to Tyrese Haliburton here, he's sizing up Jarrett Allen one-on-one. You can see it right here, which leaves Max Strus and Isaac Okoro to guard Aaron Nesmith and Jarace Walker. Walker's going to cut down the paint here and kind of circle out to the corner. One of the two Cavaliers has to follow Jarace Walker. The other one has to stay on Aaron Nesmith. But when I let this play through, watch what happens. You're going to see both Cavs follow Jarace Walker in some capacity, leaving Aaron Nesmith wide open for three. So what happened there? When Walker drives to the paint and kicks to Haliburton, and Haliburton starts to size up Jarrett Allen, Okoro and Strus either don't communicate, hey, I got Walker, you stay high. I got Cutter, you stay high. Or because they're so worried about the Haliburton drive, Strus knows he has Nesmith, but decides to get 2 feet in the paint and hang out in this area to force Haliburton to be a passer. That was their defensive strategy against Miami, specifically Tyler Hero. And against Tyler Hero, it worked. They said anyone but you can beat us offensively. Against Indiana, it's hard to overhelp, especially against Haliburton, because he's a pass-first caliber player. And as you can see here, once that drive happens, look where Strus is. His head's on a swivel. He's trying to find Jarace Walker. I believe it was a miscommunication. Him and Okoro didn't communicate who had Walker, who had Nesmith. And at this point, when the pass is being made, Strus has 2 feet in the paint, and that's about 8.5 feet between Strus and Nesmith. In today's day and age, the way Indiana shot in Game 1, that is way too easy, way too uncontested of a look to give up on a consistent basis. On this next play, similar situation, different guys at play here. The Pacers going to find Tyrese Haliburton on the top of the key. He's going to attack Ty Jerome, and as he drives right, DeAndre Hunter steps up to help. His man, Benedict Mathurin, is going to slide to the corner. Haliburton's going to see the help, make the pass to the corner. Dean Wade's going to come out to contest, and it's a decent contest. But once again, the way Indiana shot in Game 1, it didn't matter if the Cavs had a hand up or not. They were knocking down triples. My question on this play, it wasn't a lack of communication. It's did the Cavs really need to help to that level? When Haliburton gets a chance to attack Ty Jerome here, he's going to turn the corner to his right hand. As he turns, imagine Hunter doesn't help. So imagine Hunter and Mathurin, they're going to be both in the corner for the sake of this. Haliburton's trying to drive to the lane with Dean Wade in the paint, Andrew Nembhard in the paint, Pascal Siakam in the paint, and the reigning defensive player of the year, Evan Mobley, in the paint. Do they really have to help? Does DeAndre Hunter really have to step up to cut off this driving lane? I'm not so sure. I think that's a difficult enough angle and enough congestion in the paint that the Cavs in that situation would be better playing it straight up, having Hunter stick to his man, and not giving up any semblance of an open three. However, they did help. They overhelped, in my opinion. And although it's a decent closeout from Dean Wade, hand up, chopped his feet, that is not an uncontested look. Indiana shot the lights out of the ball, and that ends up in 3 points. Next clip. This one I am most positive was a lack of communication. The Pacers set up this high ball screen here. It immediately generates the switch. So Jarrett Allen is now on Tyrese Haliburton. Donovan Mitchell is on Miles Turner. But the key on this play, watch DeAndre Hunter. The score is 107-104. Cavs are down 3 with 4 minutes and 42 seconds to play. As I let this play through, watch Hunter communicate, try and point, shout to Donovan Mitchell, I got roller, you get my guy. I'm bigger, I'll get the big, you rotate over, and you eventually get Nembhard. But once again, watch DeAndre Hunter as this plays through. He's pointing, he's yelling, he's doing everything he can to get Donovan's attention. Either Donovan doesn't hear it or Donovan doesn't listen. But the result is a wide open three for Andrew Nembhard in a clutch situation. When this play starts, they get the switch. The Cavs are in decent position here The issue is the execution. As he points, if Donovan gets over, it's a much tougher pass here for Tyrese Haliburton. If they want to feed Miles Turner in the post here on the roll, you have a 6'8" DeAndre Hunter with long arms ready to deter the pass, can at least provide some resistance. Instead, it's either a lack of proper communication or a lack of execution. It looks like DeAndre Hunter is communicating to Donovan Mitchell. For some reason, Donovan doesn't respond properly, and it leads to a wide open three for Andrew Nembhard. Just simply not good enough. And last clip here, you got to give Indiana some credit. They're a really tough team to defend, especially when they have 5 guys on the court at any given time that can create off the dribble, can make threes, and force you into rotations. On this particular play, the Cavs get caught in a slight bit of miscommunication. Evan Mobley's in perfect help position. His man is in the corner, but he also has to help on Nembhard here because Max Strus hadn't fully recovered yet. Siakam finds Miles Turner in the corner. It's an undisciplined closeout from Evan Mobley. It's the one knock on this defensive play. Don't leave your feet. You don't have to jump there. We saw Dean Wade earlier chop his feet, get a hand up. That's the proper way to close out. Instead, he jumps, turns it into a 5-on-4. Miles Turner, the Pacers center, then drives the lane, forces Jared Allen to come down, kicks it to Siakam, which forces Donovan to recover. Siakam's going to make another great pass from here to the corner without even landing, and that means Jared Allen, who you can see in this position, is now going to have to sprint out to the corner to help. It's just great offense, and great offense beats good defense. But when you have 5 guys on the court and you're shooting as well as Indiana did last night, it's extremely difficult to guard. Speaking of that hot shooting, the Pacers made 19 threes in Game 1. They did that just 5 times in 82 regular season games. The Cavs, on the other hand, made just 9 threes in Game 1. It was the only time all season they haven't made at least double-digit threes. But the big number to look at here is the uncontested shots. Indiana had 66 uncontested shots per NBA.com tracking data on just 83 field goal attempts. The Cavs, 49 uncontested attempts on 98 overall field goals. Not good enough. The Cavs are a better defensive team than we saw in Game 1. They have the tape. They know the adjustments that need to be made. The question is, will they do it on Tuesday night?